The audition may have gone well, it may have gone terribly. I'm sure someone out there has footage which hopefully is locked away, will never be seen.
Number 10. Jack Whitehall, Harry Potter.
I've learned all my lines, I felt like I gave it my best shot, and in the end, they decided that Emma Watson was better for the part. What can I say?
The stand-up comedian and star of Jungle Cruise was one of the many British child actors who auditioned for the original film. Whitehall recalls the casting call with good humour. He explained that he hadn't done his homework, having not finished the book, and is certain that fronting the multi-million-dollar franchise was never in his future.
I think I started talking about goblins and elves and stuff like that and got slightly confused. It was not a great moment.
The makers of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone also saw American child actor Liam Aken before deciding to go with an all-British cast. Future Chronicles of Narnia star William Moseley and eventual Gellert Grindelwald actor Jamie Campbell-Bower were considered for Harry before Daniel Radcliffe signed on.
Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
Number 9. Cersa Ronan, Luna Lovegood. For the ethereal, eccentric Hogwarts student introduced in the 5th film, the producers went with first-time actress Ivana Lynch. Her very personal connection to the books won her the role.
She was very impressive during her audition tape. Just if it was, listen, if you don't cast me, that's okay, but you'll have made a big mistake. Because I am Luna.
However, there's a world in which Cersa Ronan could have played Luna Lovegood. In 2007, when Order of the Phoenix was released, she was about to become one of the youngest Oscar nominees ever for her performance in Atonement.
Who told you?
Jungle drums.
Will you come and see it?
I'm not sure that would be quite...
Ronan's youth was precisely the problem. She was simply too young to play the 5th-year Ravenclaw student. Still, it's exciting to think what Ronan could have added to the series.
What do you think it would feel like to be someone else?
Cooler, I should hope.
I'm worried about the play.
I'm sure it's a masterpiece.
But we only have the afternoon to rehearse. What if the twins can't act?
You have to be nice to them.
Number 8. Kate Winslet, Helena Ravenclaw. The Titanic star seems like an obvious choice to join the wizarding world. Like many of the movie's esteemed cast, she was a multi-Oscar nominee and was one of the British Isles' most respected performers. She had also previously acted alongside several future Harry Potter cast members, including Severus Snape actor Alan Rickman in Sense and Sensibility.
Shall we continue tomorrow?
No, for I must away.
Away? Where?
That I cannot tell you.
The underrated Kelly Macdonald is memorable in a small appearance as Helena Ravenclaw, a ghost who helps Harry in the lead-up to the last movie's climactic battle. Winslet's agent turned down the job on her behalf.
Sausage. You gonna cut her meat for her too there, Cal?
For a while, it seemed like the British actors who had appeared in a Harry Potter movie outnumbered the ones who hadn't. Apparently, that was Winslet's agent's issue.
You have no right at all to parade your ignorant assumptions.
They're not assumptions. You told me.
I told you nothing.
Number 7. Eddie Redmayne, Tom Riddle.
Thrown out of Hogwarts for endangering human life.
That was an accident.
With a beast. Yet one of your teachers argued strongly against your expulsion.
Before he headlined the Fantastic Beasts series as Newt Scamander, the Oscar and Tony Award-winning actor was in the running for a very different part. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets introduces us to former Hogwarts student Tom Riddle, who we come to find out is actually the young Lord Voldemort. He's a slippery and villainous character who would eventually be played by actor Christian Coulson.
Let's match the power of Lord Voldemort, heir of Salazar Slytherin, against the famous Harry Potter.
Redmayne auditioned for the part while he was still a university student. He later told Empire magazine that his audition was not a success. Redmayne admits he wasn't even called back for a second round. It's safe to say it all worked out in the end.
The fact that everything didn't go precisely to plan was precisely the plan.
Countersight 101.
Number 6. James McAvoy, Tom Riddle.
If I miss this party, I may as well put an end to it all. I'm sure if Margot only knew how much it meant to me, she wouldn't mind my coming.
Casting the young Voldemort was an arduous process for the filmmakers. According to actor James McAvoy, he was one of 10 other actors who were put on a retainer, while producers decided which one would fit the bill. Despite the sizable stipend, McAvoy and the other actors would be barred from doing any other work for 7 months.
And I said to my agent, what do you think? And Ruth Young, who's been my agent since, well, for, what is it? 24 years, at least 25 maybe. She was like, absolutely not, don't do that.
Rather than sit on his thumbs for almost a year, he and his agent decided to pass on the opportunity and chase other parts. It would only take a couple of years for McAvoy to become a film star in his own right.
And there'll be a glorious fire with toast and tea and cakes, and perhaps we'll even break into the sardines.
Number 5. Tilda Swinton, Professor Trelawney. The third film, Prisoner of Azkaban, introduced the beloved divination teacher, Sybil Trelawney. The quivering, wide-eyed professor was originally offered to Tilda Swinton.
Cast spells, to conjure shields and weapons, to make magic.
Given the character's over-the-top weirdness, Swinton seems like an obvious choice to play her. After all, Swinton had done plenty of fantasy movies both before and after.
How did you do that?
I can make anything you like.
Can you make me taller?
But Swinton had a very pointed reason for refusing. She believed that the series romanticizes boarding schools, an institution she despises. While there's no doubt she would have brought something great to Trelawney, we have to respect her sticking to her guns. Besides, Emma Thompson makes a meal of her few minutes of screen time across 3 different installments.
The truth lies bedded like a sentence deep within a book, waiting to be read. But first, you must broaden your minds. First, you must look beyond.
Number 4. Hugh Grant, Gilderoy Lockhart. There's a lot of room for comedy in the second movie's narcissistic, self-aggrandizing defense against the dark arts professor. While Kenneth Branagh does a fantastic job tapping into Gilderoy Lockhart's smug phoniness, he wasn't the only actor in the running.
Very well. I'll just be in my office getting ready.
If he'd have taken the job, Hugh Grant would have been playing a clever inversion of his dashing screen persona. Given the kinds of roles he's taken lately, it's clear he would have left no crumbs as the movie's secondary villain.
Lord Neverember and I are very different men. For example, I prefer to be up and about, he prefers to be in a vegetative state.
You are terrible.
I can be naughty.
Also in the running was Scottish actor and Emmy winner Alan Cumming. The eventual host of The Traitors got as far as an offer, but a salary dispute had him telling the producers exactly where they could go.
We must let bygones be bygones.
Bye. Gone.
Number 3. Henry Cavill, Cedric Diggory.
And soon, how did you feel?
Yeah, I'm sensing some Batman rivalries.
He may have been a one-off character, but the ill-fated 6th-year student is a major player in the events surrounding the Triwizard Tournament. Cedric Diggory was actually Robert Pattinson's first major film appearance, and it turned out to be a breakthrough for the actor. But things could have gone very differently.
And no chaperones, Amber, you're only 15.
Almost 16. Make my birthday present, Father. Please. I won't get into trouble.
No. In what might have been a potential battle of the franchises, Henry Cavill auditioned for the gig that would eventually be played by the future Twilight star. Cavill had some minor supporting parts up to that point, but he was yet to experience superstardom, which would come once he donned Superman's red cape in 2013's Man of Steel.
You might want to step back a little bit. Maybe a little bit more.
Number 2. Sir Ian McKellen, Albus Dumbledore.
I played the real wizard, but he was...
you were in a different franchise, let's put it that way.
Because Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings premiered in the same year, it's only natural that some actors might have been approached to do both. Saruman actor and British horror legend Christopher Lee was seriously considered for Albus Dumbledore before Richard Harris took the part. However, Harris's death in 2002 necessitated another search.
Rubbish. He's only
What is he? 150? Give or take a few years?
Peter O'Toole declined out of respect for his late friend, a recent Oscar nominee for playing Gandalf the Grey. Sir Ian McKellen said he was in contention for the role.
When they called me up and said, would I be interested in being in the Harry Potter films, they didn't say what part. I worked out what they were thinking, and I couldn't.
He felt it would be inappropriate to carry on Harris's work, as Harris was publicly critical of McKellen's talent. In fact, Harris once called McKellen's acting brilliant, but passionless. Michael Gambon eventually took over.
Oh, I was going to see him in a show, and afterwards I said, do you ever get mistaken for me? He said, no, the whole time. And I said, well, what do you do? He said, oh, they bring me their wretched 10x8s of you as Gandalf. I said, what do you do? He said, I just sign your name.
Number 1. Robin Williams, Rubeus Hagrid and Remus Lupin. As a massive fan of the books, the beloved comedy star was set on being in the movie adaptation. Robin Williams hoped to play Rubeus Hagrid, the gruff but lovable Hogwarts groundskeeper. However, author J.K. Rowling insisted that the cast only feature British actors.
What part of England are you from?
Here and there, dear. All over, really.
Yes. Accent's a little kind of muddled there.
Really? Well, so's your tan.
Williams once more tried to get in on the action when Prisoner of Azkaban went into production, trying for the less overtly funny Remus Lupin. Again, he was denied.
Leave, Mr. Keating. I said leave, Mr. Keating.
As magical as it would have been to see Robin Williams in either part, it's hard to argue with results. Robbie Coltrane and David Thewlis's performances are a big reason why both characters are so beloved by fans.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Which of these actors would you love to see walking the hallowed halls of Hogwarts? Tell us in the comments.
He lumped you and Derek Jacobi together. And he said,
Kenneth Branagh. I was in good company.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.